to be starting our service in just a minute. Good morning, everyone. Shinnen akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. You know what that means? Happy New Year! Woo-hoo. What a difference a day makes. Totally different than yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join you for our live service due to the weather, but this morning, beautiful day. And so here I am, here you are online. Thank you to Reverend Michael Endo yesterday for doing our in-person service. We'd like to begin today's service with Sutra chanting. So you have the small purple book, and we're going to chant Juseige, which is on page 23. Namanda, 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 namanda. Shonen, Joe, Shu, Okay, thank you. Next, let's recite the three treasures, which is on page 3 in that small purple book. The three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. 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 Okay, thank you. So I'll say it once again. Happy New Year. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Wow, what an interesting New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Really kind of maybe put things in perspective, let's say. And I'm saying that because I think my main theme for today's talk is perspective, right? Perspective. I have my perspective looking at you, right? You have your perspective looking at me. People online have a kind of different perspective looking at a screen, right? So we have these perspectives that maybe we're often not aware that we have. But New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, this time of year gives us a chance, I think, to kind of look at things from a different perspective, right? So thinking about New Year's Eve, a lot of that is looking back into the previous year, right? Thinking about this past year. I was reading online, I got an advertisement from a place, and they were having their New Year's party kind of thing, and they said, let's get together and we can, forget about this past crappy year and go into the new one. And they didn't say crappy. So that, I was like, whoa, wow, was this past year that bad? It was really interesting. And I thought, and I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff happened this past year, right? To be honest, right? And I mean, anytime a new war starts, I think that kind of marks a negative thing, right? Something that can make the previous year seem bad. But then also, thinking I think there was a lot of positive stuff that happened in 2022 as well. But thinking about, wow, they had that perspective, they didn't like it, right? So I mean, we can think about it too. How was my 2022? And I think we can still do that now, even though it's the new year. We can think a little bit. How was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it up and down? I think probably up and down, because that's how life goes, right? But maybe some people had more ups than downs, other people had more downs than ups, right? And then, now here we are, instead of looking back into the past, we can now look forwards into the future. Look forwards into this new year. What kind of year would I like, right? Is there anything I'd like to change? Is there anything I'd like to do differently? Is there a different way I could look at things? So this is a kind of special time of year, to think about the past from a new perspective, maybe, right? From now, and then look into the future, thinking about how to go into this new year. So I did give a talk yesterday, but it was pre-recorded and it's on YouTube and you can watch it later. My main things in there were gratitude and the middle way. So maybe these are ways we could think going into the new year. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really have any ideas. I try to make resolutions. They don't really work, but maybe we can think about this. How about looking at things with thinking about gratitude, right? Looking at our life, trying to be grateful. And so I think, if we think about that, something happens, and so I'll give my example. I'm not going to talk about my roof. I'm going to talk about the tree that fell. So Friday night, it's raining really hard, right? That's what we dealt with this past couple days. Man, I've lived in the Bay Area on and off for at least 15, 20 years. And this is the worst I've seen in a 24-hour period, right? That was really bad. So we're sitting there, things seem to be going okay, crack, boom. Whoa, run outside, what happened? That didn't sound that bad, but a tree fell on my property, not my tree, and see this giant tree lying there, right? And so, wow, this is the third tree that's fallen in almost 15 years I've lived here. And so, man, just really stressful, right? That's one perspective. But then, step back, it didn't hit anything of mine. Whoa, so lucky. Wow, so even though a tree fell, and as stressful as that is, it didn't hit anything. Nobody got hurt. None of my stuff got damaged. The person whose tree fell, his stuff got damaged. None of my stuff got damaged. So that's another thing though, right? So wow, so grateful that I wasn't hurt. So thankful no one got hurt. But then I can still think, so I'm relieved, but I feel bad for the person whose stuff got damaged. Right? So that's another perspective thing, Right? So trying to have gratitude, and as upsetting as it was, think things through a little bit, and it could have been worse. Right? Every cloud is a silver lining, right? We have all these different expressions, right, to express this, right? It certainly could have been worse. But beyond that, not just my perspective, not just my stuff. How does he feel? Right? And to think about that from his perspective, right? Think about it from someone else's perspective on the events that are happening. So even more so, man, this has been rough, not just for me. You know, yesterday it was all me, me. My tree, my roof, right? But watch the news and realize, oh my gosh, so many people impacted, right? And to try and think about things from other perspective, another person's perspective, right? And my attitude changes, right? And I think maybe a little bit less about myself and try to think about things from other people's perspective, right? And that we can think of sympathy. So I feel sympathy for him because I've had it happen, right? I've had stuff damaged by trees, right? So I can have sympathy. Wow, you went through what I went through. Sometimes I think we even get to empathy, right? Sympathy is when we're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Empathy is when someone else is hurting and you feel it. Maybe not as much as Counselor Troy on Star Trek Next Generation, dating myself a little, right? She's an empath. She really, I feel pain, right? Like she really feels it, right? It's like almost like magical, right? It's an alien kind of expression, right? But I think we can feel empathy, right? When someone else is really sad, sometimes we're moved to tears. And that's not a bad thing, right? To not only imagine someone else's perspective, but to even feel what they're feeling, even just a little bit. That empathy, right? Or even when someone's happy too, huh? Someone's happy and you're like, yeah. I mean, sometimes someone's happy and you're like, how come they're so happy? I'm not happy, right? We get kind of jealous, right? Right? But so that happens, and if you feel that, it's okay, realize it. But you know what's better? When someone's happy and you're like, yeah, all right, that's awesome. That's so great. I'm so excited for you, right? And you can't help but smile. And then they're happy and you start smiling and you can't help but be happy too. That's why I like church. I actually didn't have a very good day this morning either. I got mad at least twice while I was driving, right? I didn't get too mad, but I got mad enough and I was like, is this year going to be like this again, right? But I get to come here. I get to see all of you. Right? I get to be with other people, right? And see other people, and that, I don't know, that just makes me happy, right? So this empathy, right? Being open to seeing things from other people's perspective, right? And sometimes even feeling other people's feelings, right? Being moved to tears, or just can't help but break out into a smile. So I think that's kind of like Buddha's compassion. That's how Buddha feels for us. Right? That's the ultimate ideal in Buddhism, is to care for everyone, right? Feel everyone's feelings. That's like Kannon Bosatsu, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, or Guanyin Bosa, right? Guanyin means hearer of the cries, Kannon, right? Avalokiteshvara hears people's suffering, right? And feels it, hears it and feels it. Buddha too. And feeling like that is moved to try and help, right? Moved to do everything they can to try and help us. So when I realize, wow, someone feels like that for me, right? Realizing, okay, Buddha is worried about me. Buddha cares about me. My parents care about me. My friends care about me. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's gratitude. Right? This gratitude that comes out when we realize this, when we feel this care that comes to us. I also talked about the middle way a little bit. This is just middle way between extremes, right? And so I like to think that we can have this middle way and walk this middle way in our life. Not getting too upset, right? If I truly felt other people's pain, maybe I wouldn't be able to do anything, right? That it would be too much. If I don't feel other people's pain, then I can just ignore them, right? And just worry about me. So I think the middle way is that one way, or only the other way is too much. They're extremes. But maybe we can find a middle way, right? So where I can be open to other people, right? Open to their perspectives, open to their feelings, And yet, I'm still me too, right? That it's okay to have boundaries, right? Actually, boundaries are really important, huh? That it's okay for me to be my foolish self, right? And I still have to just be me. But if I'm only going to be me, no, me, I don't care about you. That's not right. Right? So this balance, this middle way between these two perspectives. This isn't easy though, right? It's not easy to do this. It's not easy to have gratitude all the time. Maybe there's some things that happen that there's no reason why I should feel grateful, right? I can switch my perspective maybe and find gratitude, but I can't, to say I have to be grateful for everything, that's too much. That's an extreme. To try and walk the middle way, unfortunately, it's not easy either, right? That I often fall into one extreme or the other, right? Only thinking about myself or worrying too much about others and not taking care of myself. So, how do we do it? And I'm going to give you Jodo Shinshu answer. Okay, here it is. Ready? We kind of said it a few times already. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. The Nembutsu is one way to understand it, right? So saying Nembutsu is one way. Saying Nembutsu can kind of help get us unstuck, right? I'm wandering around, I'm just walking away from the Buddha. I don't care. No, it's all about me. I'm mad. Get out of my way. I don't care about you, right? Get out of my way. Beep, beep, beep. What are you doing, right? That's going the wrong direction. I'm going the right direction in my car, but I'm going the wrong direction, away from Buddha. So to turn back towards Buddha, it's kind of like GPS. Namo Amida Butsu. Right? Namo Amida Butsu. Maybe I'm like, beep, 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 get out of the way. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Well, I didn't have to beep 3 times. I could have just beeped twice, just beep. Right? But I went beep, 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 get out of my way. Right? So I did it. It's okay, that's me. But when I think about, did I have to do that? I'm having a bad day. I don't have to make someone else have a bad day. I just needed to do a little warning tap. Namo Amida Butsu. That's me. As great as I think I'm getting pretty good. I don't get as mad as I used to, but still, New Year's Day, bam, right? It's okay. Namo Amida Butsu. Right? Don't indulge in that. Don't keep going that direction. Go this way. Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Go towards the Dharma. Right? Go towards the Buddha. Reorient myself. The other deeper way, though, is it's not just saying the name, it's hearing the name. Right? It's maybe less important that I'm saying Namo Amida Butsu, because if it's up to me to say it, I've been saying it a lot. I go up on my roof and I'm sweeping, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, I'm just saying it. Sometimes I say it and I'm like, did I think about saying it before I said it? Was that that was more me, right? But sometimes it just comes out, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And so that is more hearing the name. Hearing the name, right? That it's not supposed to come from me, it comes from the Buddha. Right? That Namo Amida Butsu is resounding throughout the universe. This is the true, deep reality of wisdom and compassion, of reality. Right? This is beyond just the material world, it's beyond just psychology, it's beyond hormones and whatever else we have that make us do things. Right? This is Namo Amida Butsu. This is the call of wisdom and compassion, the call of Amida Buddha, bringing us back. Right? So that maybe it's not me setting the GPS each time, Namo Amida Butsu, I gotta go back to Buddha. Right? It's already been set by Buddha and that voice that said, hey, Namo Amida Butsu, remember? Oh yeah, man, did it again. Namo Amida. So these 2 ways to understand Namo Amida Butsu. One, it's the Nembutsu, me saying it, or you saying it. Right? And we say it a lot at church, and it's easier that way, right? Because I say it, and then you know, oh, time to say it. Right? But in our daily life, sometimes, maybe we realize, what's going on? Oh yeah, Namo Amida Butsu. But then to realize, oh, it's something bigger than me. It's not just a phrase or just words. It's the name of the Buddha. This really, really special practice that we have in Jodo Shinshu that allows me, to be myself, and yet allows me to let others be themselves, right? Allows me to maybe to even be better than myself. My best self isn't that great, okay? But Namo Amida Butsu helps me be better than myself, because then it's not just about me, right? That I'm here with you, I'm here with all of you, that, you know, I don't live alone, I don't live in a vacuum, I live in the midst of samsara, but also in the midst of nirvana, with Namo Amida Butsu calling out to me all the time. So thank you very much. Perspective, huh? It's not always here out, right? My tunnel vision. We can think, oh, maybe if I think about it another way, maybe if I think about how that person's feeling, right? That kind of switching perspective, trying to do that. And I think Namo Amida Butsu helps us do that too. Gratitude, right? That maybe if I can think of things from another perspective, I can realize, okay, it's not so bad. Or, oh, it certainly could have been worse. Or, oh wow, it wasn't just me, it was someone else giving to me, someone else caring for me. Namo Amida Butsu. Right? And then middle way. If you find yourself kind of out of balance, right? Maybe think about the middle way, realize maybe I'm going too far this way. Oh, okay, I'll come back over this way. Right? Namo Amida Butsu. The Nembutsu, right? That we can say the Nembutsu to try to get us back on track, but then realize also that Namo Amida Butsu is calling out to us. And so why don't we conclude our special New Year's Dharma message with Kansho as we recite the Buddha's name. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Okay, while I get this set up for announcements, I want to let you know, did you notice how beautiful the altar looks today? Kind of different, huh? It's special. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's switch to, let's get the altar view. You can take my face off the screen. So you notice one thing is the kind of triangle things on the tables. So that's really special. Look at the candles. The candles are really like, right? They're really special candles for a special occasion. And then the beautiful flower arrangements, right? Reverend Michael Endo did those. And he actually set up the whole altar. So that's certainly gratitude on my part. Thank you very much, Reverend Endo, for making the altar so beautiful. Oh, and then something else too, I forgot. Because I can't see it, there's a pole in the way. You see something else different? Mochi and mikan, the kagami mochi, right? The big mochis with a little mikan on top. So that's another very special thing. I'm talking, I'm supposed to be sitting up for announcements. That's another very special thing for New Year's. And thank you very much to Coda Farms for giving us the mochi rice, right? And then our mochitsuki, all the volunteers that helped with that. We haven't been able to get it back to pre-pandemic levels, but it was still a really nice event. And thank you to everyone who participated, whether you helped out or you purchased or whatever. Okay, let's see. I think we're ready to go. Go ahead. Oh, hold on, Robert. We're gonna have announcements now from Robert Noguchi. Yeah, let's try that.
We all set there?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, thank you very much.
It's not working. Select speaker. Oh, headphones. There we go. Okay, go ahead.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Sensei. Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you very much for attending service here at Buddhist Church of Oakland. As Sensei said, just beautiful day out today. So go out and make it a great day for you and your family today. So before the next storm comes, I guess tomorrow. Would first like to thank Reverend Bridge for officiating today's service and his Dharma talk, Reverend Michael Endo as well for assisting with today's service. Our host group is host 9, being chaired by Norman Yoshia, our current president, and thank Norman for providing hospitality for folks who are at the temple today. A couple of announcements going to the Buddhist Church of Oakland website, BuddhistChurchofOakland.org. We have an event coming up. Looks like it's on Saturday, January 14th. So it's a week from Saturday. From 7 to 10 p.m. Forever Young, Southern Alameda County Buddhist Church presents Forever Young, a reunion dance party. Music from the 70s to 2000s, and performances by Reverend Takashi Miyagi, who's the resident minister at SACBC, otherwise called DJ Taka, and Reverend Bridge will be there to perform as well, and other special guest DJs. So there'll be appetizers and dancing and drinks and things like that. So looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Saturday, January 14th, 2023 at SACBC down in Union City. Quickly, if you're looking at the current Bushin, I noticed that the annual general meeting has now been announced for Sunday, February 5th, 2023 at 11 a.m. It'll be held via online, via Zoom, and you'll get an invitation. Members will get an invitation sent out by email. So let me flip down here to the calendar. Okay. It's all the way at the end. Next Sunday, the 8th, we'll have our Dharma family service at 10 a.m. And again, it'll be hybrid, in person and online. And our January Shotsuki Memorial Service at 11. Okay. The following Sunday is the 15th. We'll have our Honko service, Dharma School and Dharma Family Service, in person and online at 10 o'clock. That'll be on Sunday the 15th. That's Martin Luther King Jr. Weekend, by the way. On the 22nd, once again, 10 a.m., Dharma School and Dharma Family Service, in person and online, will be held on that day. And on the 29th, it looks like there's a typo on the end. There's the 29th, the last Sunday of January, will also be at 10 a.m. Dharma Family Service, in person and online. Going to the Buddhist Churches of America, BCA, the Buddhist Churches of America.org website. Let's see. There's one event coming up on January 28th, 2023, called Hope from Shinran's Perspective, an in-person and virtual event featuring Professor Jessica Main and Reverend Yasushi Higoshi. It's a Southern District CB IBS Winter Pacific Seminar. That'll be held on Saturday, January 28th. That'll be at the LA Honpo Honganji Buddhist Temple, but of course, you can attend virtually via Zoom, the time and location, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And there's information about it down here below, and you can register. Going back to the Buddhist Church of Oakland, BuddhistChurchofOakland.org, there's a number of ways that you can donate, and we do appreciate donations and accept donations of any kind, of any amount. And you'll see the number of different donation buttons that we have here. You can donate via PayPal. And once again, we thank you very much for your support. That's all I have. Once again, thank you very much for coming to today's service and attending online. And I'll send it back to Sensei. Sorry if I caught you off guard there.
Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you, everyone, for attending our service. Namo Amida Butsu. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Before we conclude, I'll let you know you can come up and do incense offering after we finish the service, if you haven't done so already. And you can take pictures of the altar too. So why don't we conclude our service with Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Okay, thank you. This will conclude our service.